All right, so you know how everybody always talks about superintelligence, right? Like AI that's just going to, be smarter than us humans in every way. It's practically a given in like every sci-fi movie.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But this excerpt that we're looking at today kind of throws a wrench in that whole thing.
Interesting.
It's suggesting that, you know what? We might be headed for like an AI deadlock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So what does that even mean? And what could it mean for the future of AI? That's what we're going to be diving into today.
I'm interested to hear about this. So this deadlock, what is the author's like main idea here?
Well, let me make a really interesting point about like the difference between accuracy and true reasoning.
Okay.
They're saying that like right now we're mostly focused on just making AI more accurate,
Uh-huh.
getting it to, perform tasks with just incredible precision.
Right.
But they're saying that that's not the same as actually like achieving real understanding.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of like you can have a computer that can beat anybody at chess,
Right.
but it can't really explain, the strategy behind it.
Exactly.
So it's impressive, but it's also kind of limited in a way.
Yeah. If it can't tell you why a move is good, is it really like intelligent?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then they go on to draw this comparison to like exploration.
Okay.
So we've explored, the ocean depths and sent probes out into space.
Right.
These are like incredible achievements.
Right.
But it's more about expanding what we know, right?
Uh-huh.
Not necessarily changing our like fundamental understanding of things like physics or whatever.
Yeah, it's like gathering information,
Right.
but not necessarily changing our fundamental understanding of how that information fits in.
Yeah. Okay. So more data, more places explored, but not necessarily deeper understanding.
Exactly.
And then the author brings up this example of studying particles,
Oh,
which is all about like getting to the fundamental building blocks of matter.
right, right.
So it's like, knowing how to bake a million different kinds of cakes is one thing, but understanding the chemistry behind baking, that's where the real mastery is, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's like the difference between knowing something and understanding it.
Okay, so this distinction between like deepening knowledge
Mm-hmm.
and achieving fundamental understanding.
Mm-hmm.
The author's arguing that this is crucial because it highlights a potential bottleneck for AI.
Oh, okay.
They're saying that relying just on learning to achieve reasoning,
Mm-hmm.
that has a limit.
Interesting.
That accuracy can only take you so far,
Right.
especially when you're dealing with like absolute truths.
Yeah. Because if you already have the truth, learning is no longer the key, is it?
Exactly. So then this idea of like a limit to learning-based AI is really intriguing.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Especially for things that require genuine understanding, not just like recognizing patterns.
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, if AI can only get so smart through learning alone, then what?
Yeah.
Maybe we need a completely different approach to even reach superintelligence.
What does that even look like?
Yeah, like the excerpt talks about something like a core digital brain.
Oh, wow.
And this would be a system that has like built-in reasoning principles,
Uh-huh.
and it doesn't rely on learning in the same way that we're doing it now.
That's a huge shift from how we're currently thinking about AI.
Absolutely. It would require a completely new way of approaching it.
What would be like the challenges in even creating that kind of system?
Well, for starters, we'd need to actually understand how human cognition works, right? Like, how do we develop those really basic reasoning skills?
Right.
Then we might have to start thinking about things like pre-structured reasoning systems, maybe even try to like mirror the actual structure of the human brain.
Wow.
It's a massive challenge.
Okay. So to just sum this all up, it sounds like this author is suggesting that AI, as we know it now,
Yeah,
it might be hitting a wall.
that's a scary thought.
Yeah. So maybe, just maybe, achieving superintelligence is going to require something way different than just feeding data into algorithms.
Yeah, and that actually brings up another interesting question.
Was that?
Well, if AI can't truly understand things through learning alone,
Yeah.
what does that even say about human intelligence?
That's a good one.
Like, what is it about our brains that lets us understand these deeper truths that AI might just never be able to get?
That's something to think about, for sure. Thanks for joining me for this deep dive. Really interesting stuff.
No problem. It was a great discussion. I think there's a lot more to explore here, and I'm sure we'll be revisiting this topic in the future as AI research develops.
Absolutely. And for all of you listening, let us know what you think. Do you believe AI can achieve true understanding? Or are we chasing a technological dream that might be fundamentally out of reach?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Until next time.
See you later.